Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and this is Great Homes Tampa Bay, and it's everyone's favorite time of the month again. That's right, time for market statistics. So this is for Pinellas County for March 2019. And for those of you that have been keeping up with recent market trends, maybe you've watched some of the previous Great Homes Tampa Bay videos or have listened in on the podcast. And yes, I am going to put links to all those down below. Know that the current trend has been that the market has, in Pinellas County, the real estate market has been slowing down with the possibility of a little retraction. Now, all that to say, real estate market is always relative. So it is hot compared to where it was, let's say in 2010. But it's cool compared to where it was 3 months ago. Houses are staying on the market longer. Prices haven't quite slowed down yet. Prices still keep ticking up, but houses are definitely taking longer to sell than they were a year ago. So, and I'm going to get into the actual numbers here. As always, you can register to receive these market statistics every month. You'll get them pretty much as soon as I get them, which will be a day or two before this video goes live. And again, the market statistics do lag behind about a month. It just takes that much time for the local real estate board to get all the numbers together and into a nice little report like that. I'm working on some ways to maybe get the metrics sooner. But currently you'll have to wait just like I do. Okay, first off, for the new folks, let me explain how these statistics work. So these statistics are year over year. That means that we are comparing March 2019 to March 2018. And the reason we do that is because during the normal course of a 12-month year, there are natural high spots and natural low spots in the real estate market. People usually don't buy houses at the start of the school year, for example. So just during the normal course of the year, you're going to have those natural ebbs and flows. So by looking at year over year, which means we compare March 2018 to March 2019, we get a better picture of where the market is. And we can also do that because real estate is a very long and slow market. It does not move very fast. So March 2019 in Pinellas County, we actually closed 7.4% fewer single-family homes than we did the previous year. So just not as many people buying homes. The median sales price did go up 6% to $265,000. So even though we're selling less, the prices still have been climbing. That tells us that there is still demand here in certain price points. But overall, there's fewer homes selling than there were a year ago. Average sales price has ticked up 1.7%, which is not a crazy amount. I don't get too excited over 1 or 2%, but that's at $343,000 for the average sales price in Pinellas County. Dollar volume, which is the total of everything that was sold in March 2019 versus March 2018, is down 5.8% to $404 million. So fewer things are selling, but they are selling for a little bit more money. But the total amount sold is definitely less than it was last year. New listings, which this section down here on new listings and active listings is really what has had the impact on the sales price. So new listings in Pinellas County are actually up 4.8% to 1,479 homes for sale. And the number of active listings, which is the total number of single-family homes available for sale, and this number might stagger you a little bit, is up 22.9%. So there is almost 25% more houses for sale in March 2019 than there were in March 2018. And that is very significant. So there's a lot of people trying to sell now, and there's not as many people trying to buy. The prices still keep going up a little bit. So this time last year, median and average sales price were going up like 6, 10, 12, 15% compared to 2017. But that has definitely slowed down. So we're in a bit of a slowdown, but you're not going to get a cutthroat deal. Now, there's definitely some additional numbers to go over here. I like to dive a little bit deeper because it does change a lot depending on price points. Because price point does have a pretty large impact on how the market actually works, and even neighborhood also has a very big impact. So to dive in here a little bit deeper, breaking it down by price points. If you're trying to buy a house under $200,000 still, you're probably going to have a pretty rough go of it. There's not a lot of stuff for sale in those price points, and there's not a lot coming on for sale. Reason why, if you think about it, is kind of obvious. With prices moving up so much in the last year, there's just fewer and fewer houses in those price points. And of course, everyone always wants the most money that they can get for their house. So not impossible to find a home for under $200,000, but the selection is a lot more limited, and the good ones definitely don't stay on the market that long. The other metrics I usually like to take a look at is median time to contract. So basically what that means is how many days has this property been for sale before there is a offer accepted on the property. And that has significantly gone up in the $100,000 to $200,000 range, and also in the $250,000 to $300,000 range. Those numbers are up 63%, 42%, and 55%. So that's a very big increase in the median time to contract. So that means that houses are sitting on the market for sale for longer than they have by half. So so that, like I said, things are definitely taking a little bit longer to sell now. And I've been seeing this on my own listings as well. Just just things taking a little bit more time to get done than they were in the very heated year of 2018, where you just get phone calls and showings and all sorts of things. One of the other metrics I like to look at here is inventory by current listing price. And the reason I like to do that, this actually breaks it out into price points. And we can check and see if there's anything peculiar that had happened that month that would explain the overall county numbers. Because sometimes you'll have a bunch of stuff come on the market in like the $150,000 to $200,000 range, and that'll skew the total overall numbers. Unfortunately, looking at these statistics, basically every price point has more inventory this year than it did last year, and by significant margins. 40%, 38%, 24% for the $200,000 to $250,000 range. There's 50% more houses in the $250,000 to $299,000 range. So, and that is indicative of why it's taking longer for things to sell. Because there's fewer people buying. Because remember, the number of closed sales is lower. But we have 50%, 40%, 30% more houses for sale. And it's naturally going to lead to longer time to contract. And of course, the last metrics that we like to check, which kind of gives us the heartbeat for the financial health of the area, I guess you could say, is to check on the foreclosures and also the short sales. And so the trend for years on this has been a steady decline. That still continues. So we had 36 foreclosures, which was a drop of 12% compared to 2018. And then we had 8 short sales, which was a 50% drop compared to March 2018. So financial health of the area seems to be pretty good, but we're definitely in a transition period, which honestly, I'm doing the Hillsborough County numbers next. Be sure to watch that video as well. So Hillsborough County has seen a little tick down in sales price. If this trend continues in Pinellas County, I do expect for Pinellas County prices to retract and to start seeing negative numbers on that. We have already... I haven't seen one yet, but we're getting close. I mean, average sales price only went up 1.7%, so it's not a big stretch to see that, maybe in the next 2 or 3 months being negative 2%, negative 3%. No need to get stressed if you're a homeowner. Most downturn or retractions, it's not catastrophic like it was in 2010. Usually it's only maybe 5% of home value. Whenever home prices retract, it's 5%, 10%. It's not 50%. 2007 was so bad they gave it a name. So just remember that. So, and the reason all that happened was not because real estate was necessarily overblown, but because the banks got taken out as well. So I have further details. I actually did a video explaining all that stuff. I'll put a link to it below, and you can watch that. So just to recap, home prices in Pinellas County, March 2019, continued to tick up a little bit. Nothing to get too excited about. Market's definitely slowing down. Things are taking longer to sell. More and more inventory keeps coming on the market, which has been a trend that's been going on for about 5 months. I don't know if I was the first person to say that this is what's going to happen, but I do know that I did a video back at the turn of the year, maybe in December, talking about this trend and that it's something I would keep an eye on. So how long will this last? It's real estate. Who knows? If anybody tells you they know how long something in real estate is going to last, they're trying to sell you a bill of goods. The only thing I can tell you is it's definitely going to be longer than today. In all seriousness, we're probably looking at probably months of similar trends with just kind of the market kind of stalling, taking its breath, probably pulling prices back a little bit. So definitely not a catastrophe, because home prices are certainly up from where they were even 2 years ago. So we do have some room to play there. And financing is still pretty easy to get if you're looking to buy a home. So that's good as well. That means that the market's going to stay pretty liquid, even though it's slowed down a little bit. So my name's Kyle Sasser. This is Great Homes Tampa Bay. If you're looking to find your own great place in Tampa Bay, I'd love to help you. You can send me an email at hello@greatthingstb.com. I'll put a link down below for that. Please leave me a comment below. Tell me what I'm right or wrong about. I love to hear differing opinions, maybe a different perspective. It's likely you have seen or noticed something that I have not, so I always appreciate that additional input. So the other thing I do is I host Great Things Tampa Bay. So even if you're not looking to buy a house today, hey, who doesn't love a great restaurant? I'd love for you to go over there and check it out. Maybe subscribe, maybe find a new favorite restaurant in the area for you. So I'm Kyle Sasser. This is Great Homes Tampa Bay, and thanks for tuning in.